You get you get to wake up with me like I wake up with Kylie when I get to her. Yeah. Man, morning regiment, uh, morning eye crusties. Oh God, I'm praying that God will leave me alone and let me go back to sleep. And in my morning meditation, he's like, I know you think I'm this angry, vicious guy that loves seeing you on the streets and unrested and unwell and harassed by riffraff. But I promise, I just need your body. This won't take long. I just need to use your body. I need you to be a vessel. I need you to be a good girl. When mother wanted something, she used to say that to me. I need you. At least I need you. I need you. I need you. She never said I need your body, but I need you right now. Sometimes I had these sleepy eyes. I don't know what's making me recall that memory. Possibly the fear, the ongoing. It's like I'm in an ongoing nightmare. Like, you get to wake up with me and Kylie. I'm not gonna wait until I move into our mansion for you to wake up with the two of us. But I'm praying that God will let me go back to sleep and get some rest. It's 3:54 a.m. Central CDT, and I forgot what was the whole point to the Saint Bernard. I may have to go by. I need a refill on my medication. They might put me on, hot me up on more meds. It's come down. Everything went well the last time I was there. It's come down to I may have to film my time down there because some things have been happening to me while I've been down there. Nothing bad happened on the and I want to keep it that way. Nothing bad has happened, and it's not the doctors and the staff, it's the clients, and I want to make sure me and my doctors are safe. So I may have to. There was a situation last time I was there. I really don't want to get into what happened, but I want to make sure that everybody's safe, and I owe them some protection because they are keeping me. As you can see, my skin is cleared a whole good deal, and they owe them some protection and some safety because they have cured. I'll show y'all what I'm doing. They have cured a lot of what's wrong with me. You're not supposed to do this when you even though I don't want this to fall into Tyson's hands, you're not supposed to do this when you got a medical issue that leaves bruising and marks, but you're not supposed to be scratching open wounds and stuff. You know, even at home, I'm trying to resist the urge to scratch, but this one I put the hydrocortisone on until it's red, and it feel better than when I'm gonna see if they can prescribe me something else. Like what I really want is a triple antibiotic that I can't afford out of pocket. I don't have out of pocket cash. I know what I need, and that will. It's too harsh for your skin. It's too strong for the face, for your face to put that on your arm. For your face, like this is the one time in my life I feel beautiful. Kylie makes me feel beautiful, and I'm not subconscious about the way how I look. But that's how abuse works. I was abused as a child. I've never really. This is the first time I said that out loud. I used to normalize the things that happened to me as a kid, and normalize the things that happened to my brothers. I used to shield them, even the one that was presumed to be older than me, presumed older, I used to shield them from child abuse, which is why I have issues with specifically black men to this day. Even though my brothers got some Indian in them, some of their features they mixed with Indian and black. And the Indian man and black man have some strong issues, but the Indian men have some stronger issues with women and the woman's role in the household. So that explains why my brothers were so cruel to me. It's our culture, and I don't know if we from the same tribes or not, because my mother lied about our background, but you can see. I don't mean a Hindu solely. I mean that too. They got the Hindu. Oh damn, that hurts. You heard it. You saw my skin pop back. And my omen, I let people see me operate like, now this is an operation. I might need my hand. Right now, I don't want to let go of my recording device, and I don't want to let go of my skin. Sometimes we don't mean to hurt ourselves, right? I need a minute. I'm trying to get some relief to this itching. This is all DJ. I was not scratching. The ones on my chin had cleared up by the time I met DJ. The ones on my chin had cleared. I had one or two rash strays in certain locations in my body. I can't remember the other ones, but I know they wasn't on my chin. And I remember, I don't want to get into how me and him met and how all that shit happened. I'm trying to break the habit of talking about when I'm not gonna sugarcoat when my enemies do shit to annoy me. I'm trying to. Anybody who would do this to my face, I consider an enemy. And I'm not gonna get into the way he looked at me. I'll never forget the way he looked at me. And I remember just saying, what an odd look. I remember the way he looked at me. I just remember saying to myself, what an odd way to look at somebody. Like he couldn't stand me. I remember the way he looked at my skin. Like I said, I didn't have this on my chin. I had some rashes, but they weren't on my chin. By the time he was done with me, I had them on my chin. So the way he looked at me was a lesson. And anytime I see somebody look at me that way, I know they mean me some harm. Like he couldn't stand my recovery, like he couldn't stand it. I'm getting some looks like that now, so I know I wouldn't do it different. I survived him, and so like I was saying, back to the core issue is how many states are between me and Kylie, and the core issue is Hinduism, and Hindu is short for Hinduism, and in the household my brothers have Hindu in them and Cherokee Indian in them, so we're from different tribes. I know there's not a part of me that wants us to be related. At one time I didn't, it just certain things. Mother taught us to rehearse, and she never let us look into our background. But I've been to the genealogy department, and I won't say where. And I can remember just Tyson being so jealous of that. I got tired of being so concerned. I mean, I think he just had the security in our relationship. The less I knew about myself, the more control he had over me, because he was not happy when I went down to the genealogy department and found out I was I won't get into all that because, like I said, I'm trying to practice not talking about my enemies. When I found out he wasn't happy about, but, so I discussed what they was mixed with. It's like a crater is in the like it leaves a crater and it is a crater in my skin. Like it's a weird itch to try to get rid of. But the look was like, I hurt you and I want to do it again. Like he saw, and now I'm reading the look on his face. I'm reading the look without him moving his lips. I'm reading the way how he was staring at me like, damn, she's still swinging. She's healing from that rash. I hurt her. I hurt her and I want to do it again. Oh, you still coming, you son of a bitch. That's now I know the look he gave me. Like, damn, if she's healed well, that's the look I'm getting from a lot of these guys that I won't get into what guys, but they looking like what my uncle said. Watch your enemies, they'll try to finish you off. Like, she's still swinging and she's still, the rash is healing. Yeah, I'm getting that look from the same people who was giving me the rash. I don't know how many others they've done this to. But the intention was to wipe me out. Joe Austin says that in in his preaching that your enemies, the intention is to wipe you out. And I get it now with the homeless thing. Why Kyle was so happy to hear I was homeless. So happy to hear. Anytime I got any kind of, I'm not gonna call it bad news because if it weren't for the homeless thing, I wouldn't have left Mississippi. If it wasn't for the false arrest, I wouldn't have left Mississippi. If it wasn't for all the bad things, I guess, for sake of trying to move on in this podcast, I need a way to word it. Maybe they were bad things, but something good come from it is a good way to say it. If it wasn't for the bad things that happened to me, even LMC Bar Girl in Mississippi, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in Illinois. I need to put my glasses on. I'm looking right into the LED, so and my almost Kylie, she sits on top of me. It's the puss from I'm squeezing. This is why people don't like your public doing this. It's so gross. But and my almond Kylie sucks it out of me. She just like, I'm so insecure about my face and insecure about my skin. She just lick and it's like that guy that took me home that night. I don't want to get into that. He just licked the side of my face, licked the pus right out. It's like, that's how weird our marriage is, but how healthy it is and how affectionate we are. What was I saying? See, six, maybe between 4 and 6 states between us, and I do not want to cut through certain ones like Idaho, Nebraska. Just oh my God, gay woman in those states. Like I don't know, I want to come up missing or lynched somewhere. Like I'm not going to no fucking Iowa or Nebraska, but with Trump in office, I won't rule it out because he don't want to go. So I can see him making me possibly go, but I don't know. He knows my backstory on Mississippi. But that's, to me, seems like Iowa is a fancy version of Mississippi. Like because we northern bumpkins, we better than you. Like I don't want to go up here with some hoity-toity, crazy white people stuff. Like I'm up here in the middle of nowhere in the boonies, so I do not want to cut through Iowa. And I know it ain't gonna be no homeless shelters there or no resources. Starting from ground zero, going to, and I've established myself here, so I'm not exactly thrilled about the move, other than seeing Kylie, and I'm not exactly thrilled about ground zero when I got assets here. But this one they're acting up to. Let them see if they can prescribe me a triple antibiotic. I'm gonna jump around because I'm allowed to do that. Do what the fuck I want. I'm gonna jump around in the conversation I'm having with the public right now. This is a pre-recorded video. This is you'll see most of my stuff is pre-recorded. I found a way around not having Wi-Fi internet here at home. Like I did when I was on the road, I found a way around not having Wi-Fi internet when I wasn't grab and swipe the internet from different locations. That's really not safe to do that, you know. But I did what I had to do. I did what God called me to do. It's not, because some internet is not secure. And not even with the lock on it, you gotta kind of worry about who else is accessing that vantage point. That vantage point. It's my butthole was saying good morning. Yes, if not that milk I had yesterday, but just I'm counting the seconds I get to be with Kylie. And, be careful what you ask for; you just might get it. You know, I ain't never had a partner I wanted to be with until now. Like I want to be with her. I'm so used to people butting into my relationships. I ain't never been with anybody, and it was just about us and nobody else. It was always putting other people first. I can say out of everybody I've dated in my life that we've had interferences. I'm not gonna get into what those who, what, why, where those interferences are, because it's gonna make me mad all over again to have those relive those interferences. But you would be surprised. Maybe you wouldn't be surprised. Maybe you have your own interferences. How many people want to interfere in your love life, want to interfere in your life, and they're so miserable. I couldn't believe a 70-something-year-old man. My last relationship before this one was a 70-something-year-old man. You got people telling you what to do about us, and you 70-something years old. You got your own house. What I'm presuming to be your own house, because that's what you're telling me. Your own ride, and you got people with keys to your house, and like I said, here I go and get mad, and I'm talking about my enemies. But let me wrap this up. You'd be surprised at how many people are living off somebody else's dime and letting somebody else control them. So I'm glad he meant it for harm, putting me out in the cold and the rain. And he meant it for harm, but God meant it for good. He put me out during a cold month. God meant it for good, because I thought that was the good life. My way of life and my thinking I wasn't in my right headspace because I was being abused. But he meant it for harm, God meant it for good. I needed a way out of that situation, and God saw fit to get me out of that, because I thought I was going to be waking up every day for the rest of my life doing his bidding. And God decided to bring me through. See if I can show you without, at least you kind of see. That's why I'm scratching. That's why it moved. You notice I was scratching here. Now it moved. I must have pulled out some of the worm when I was. I didn't look to see if I was, but I was pulling out. And the doctor wanted me to look and see what's coming out when I am scratching. I can't help but scratch. She's like, "Well, you look and see what's coming out." And it worked out. Me not, because I want to keep this PG and PG-13. Me not filming what happened in the exam room last time I was up in there. They had to do, as one of the sites called it, they had to do a PAP on me. So it's good I didn't put that up public, because that would have been a sex tape. But, you know, I want to make sure me and our doctors are safe, because there's too much going on in the world. Somebody could come in there while I'm getting examined, and I want to make sure they can hold us at gunpoint. I want to make sure me and my doctors are safe. You know, we're not gonna leave no room for error. I'm gonna make sure me and my doctors are safe. Plus, K wanna know what's going on. You know what you're doing when you ain't with me. So I'm trying to escape K. You know, I told myself I wasn't gonna get involved with any of the library whores, but now we're involved. You know, I look forward to seeing her every day. You know. I want to live, so I'll say this on camera. I look forward to seeing her, and she didn't smile when we first met, but she smiles now. I don't know what she's going through. I told myself never again would I get involved with some stranger and they domestic stuff, but I'm involved, and I'll just keep I rue the day, like I'm dreading the day where I meet her husband, her partner, because I know this guy. She's too good looking to be single, and she keeps herself up well. She get her showers and shit, mostly. Nobody's perfect in that area. No, I'm not. And nobody's like a shower Nazi. Even you OCD ain't gonna be 100% thorough. So, and she keeps her. Kylie has a rule in our mansion, and that's no blonde. She has a no blonde rule because I have a fetish. Kay's got blonde hair, so Kay it did not slip through the cracks. Kylie has a temper, so public don't know that, but I feel it through spirit. I feel her spiritually that she has a temper on her, especially when it comes to me and her kids and her loved ones. She's got a temper. She got the girl next door thing going, but when she gets mad, you just want to stay out of the way. Because she worked hard, to get to. The two of us have worked hard to get to where we are, and anything that poses a threat to our family is a no. But yeah, there's this thing. She calls it making up for lost time. That she lets me contract certain people into our lives, into our bedroom, but certain people she won't let me contract into our bedroom, like Selena Gomez. Too many people are too much like her. It's too much of a threat to our marriage. Selena Gomez is one. Blondes, and anybody who's blonde, not yep, her too. Cameron Diaz, Heidi Klum cannot be contracted because they too much like her. They got too much of a generous spirit like her. They are very giving people. They're too much of a not a perfect fit with me, but they would treat me well. Like they wouldn't abuse me. Certain people who she would never worry about trying to steal me away, and then certain people I don't know how to word that. I think that's fine. So yeah, certain people blondes cannot be. Yeah, Selena Gomez is a very generous person who gives back. Celebrity that gives back. I can't think of all her jobs right now. She got more than one job. That's why she is loaded with cash. That's somebody who I'm a huge fan of and I wanted to meet. But sorry, Selena, I have to scratch you off my list. It's not because you're married and with child. It's because Kylie is crazy as hell. If she trusts me, she don't trust you. Oh man, it feels good. I'm scratching it. It feels good. I can feel it moving around and out. So, yeah, you get to wake up with me. My hand going numb from sitting in this position. So I'm about to switch hands. Back to me and Kylie, but yeah, my homework is to track her down. She is in California somewhere. And I'm exhausted. Like, I'm pissed off with God. I finally got a place to hold up, and I've been moving around. I don't know if I finished my statement last night or not. I've been moving around my whole life, and I'm tired of fucking moving. Childhood, mom, I moved more than 6 times. 6 times plus. I've attended six. I've been to 6 different grade schools. It's on my transcript somewhere. Over the years, because of domestic stuff, I had to lose those transcripts on purpose. But that's exhausting. I want. Come all ye who are weary and heavy laden, read it for yourselves. I'm tired of spoon feeding certain information, all of it. I need to save my voice. Read it for yourselves. Come all ye who are heavy laden, burdened and heavy laden. I'm burdened and I'm heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Christ said, I will give you rest. I need rest. 6 different schools when I was a kid. I'm not gonna get into my adult years and my teenage years and shit like that. But, rest. That time I was on the road, rest. I went from not getting rest, not getting proper rest to honor street. These people had rule over me like they were my husband, telling us when we could sleep. We just came off the streets. You can't sleep all day. Well, why not? It's not like we hadn't earned it. And even if we hadn't earned it, it's the things that went on there. Why I don't want to continue my 3.5 month stay. Because I'm looking to get out. So it was unhealthy. It was unhealthy. I went from being on the streets and not getting enough rest to being chased off properties I'm not supposed to be on that's owned by somebody, other people, to somebody telling me when I can and can't sleep, and my body needs rest. My body's shutting down because I didn't get sleep on the road. So I'm pissed off and angry with God because I'm thinking he enjoying doing these things to me where I don't have a place to sleep in a bed, and men who are not my husband are telling me when I can go to sleep, where, who, what, why, where to be. And that's how it was like when I was homeless, and that's how it was like when I was at Honor Street. Not just me, they bursting into the room like mama and daddy busting into your room. Wake up, what you doing, sleep? So, yeah, God got me up out of that house quick. He got me. I mean, I was wondering like, man, come on, God, it's a good setup. I just came from rats in the street to a big ass house. They do the meals. They give you a little coin change for laundry. But they busting up in the room like mama catching you in there playing house because it was two other people in the room with me. So they busting up in there, wake y'all asses up. I don't remember if they cussed or not, but yeah. So God, it's on my mind. I'm like, it's off the street. It's a shit place to stay, and the clients harassed me when I lived there because I was the only woman. But I'm like, God is not leading me back to Honor Street because that's the house they stole my stuff in the house. It was hard to acquire overnight maxi pads. I won't say how I got those, but those they stole those, so there ain't no point to me moving in there just to have my stuff stolen. I'm trying to get out of the cold wind and the rain. I'm feeling like I'm not married right now. I'm feeling like I'm not worthy. Oh, don't go no lower. There we go. Yeah. But he using me. I can feel him for the first time in my life. I can say I feel him moving around like this parasite. Normally, when God telling me to do stuff, my spiritual growth is what I'm saying to you is that my spiritual growth is growing because I normally when I do stuff for God, I'm just moving. But now I can feel him moving in me. I can feel like, he might toss me on the streets again. It might be another 6 to 8 weeks before I ever meet Kylie, maybe 6 to 8. I feel like it might be 6 to 8 years before I meet her. I may never meet her, but I feel like I feel him for the first time in my life moving. And maybe it's because I'm with the one. Maybe it's her spiritual growth moving with my spiritual growth. I wasn't with the right ones before, so my powers weren't united. It's supposed to be one vessel, one unit in holy matrimony. When you meet the one you're supposed to be with, and a lot of people don't believe in same-sex marriages. And for a long time, I did not. And I've tried both ways. I've tried opposite sex being married. I've had partners who were not wives that were female, just but partners because of the whole issue, the gay thing, lesbian thing is a big issue in America. So I've never married a woman, but I've dated very few. So, like I said, I can feel him moving spiritually inside of me and doing things that I normally don't do. Doing things I normally don't do. But my spiritual growth is growing with Kylie, and it's as we unite. And what you say, one, I forget how those wedding vows go. I need to learn those before she pitch a fit, and these might have to go again because I'm getting itchy again, itchy allergy eyes. And holy, two of us are holy. Holy matrimony is what it is. Holy matrimony. You're supposed to become one when you get married. And I never thought I'd be like growing up in a Baptist household saying that about. I never thought I'd be going through that with a woman, with a girl. She ain't no woman, she a baby. She's my baby. I'm her baby. It's hard to really know who takes care of who. We take care of each other. And it scares me. Because every time I love anything, someone is taken away from me. I love my Uncle Chucks very dearly. I loved him. And even though he wasn't perfect, he was taken away from me. And it scares me. And I can admit this now, I guess. That's part of what scares me about going to get her in California is that every time I love someone or something, I don't like admitting when I love someone or something. And she's forcing me to admit this. That's why I spoke her name in code, because my enemies can't hurt me, so they try to take what I love, who I love. I don't want people knowing certain things I love. Even the inanimate things that I love, the material things I love, I don't want people knowing that I love it. Because my enemies try to take it from me. I'm afraid that people try to take Kylie away from me if they knew the love that we share. So it don't seem so crazy now saying that, you know, I love her because I'm learning to deal with my schizophrenia more. And I really am a fan of hers. But yeah, that's what scares me is every time I love something, it's taken away from me. And even though Maddie, that's another one that wasn't perfect. Me and Kylie are not perfect, but at the same time perfect. Same thing with my late uncle, my late aunt. They weren't perfect, but at the same time perfect. My aunt was taken away from me, and I loved her, and then I feel like God screwed me over. He keeps, every time I find something that makes me happy and that I love, he takes it away. I'm afraid to fully embrace Kylie because lots of people that way. It's human nature to be afraid of somebody pulling a rug from underneath you, and that. But if we get to the root cause of it, it's the domestic violence and the gaslighting and the different things I've had done to me, even recently, that makes you feel that way. Gaslighting is different. Trauma makes you. Because if you didn't have any trauma happen to you, then you wouldn't be walking around in a paranoid state. And so I walk around in this paranoid state, afraid to live my life fully because it's okay, but I'm dealing with some trauma. Not just my childhood. Some new stuff happened to me recently. It was some different things going on here in Chicago crime-wise. I posted the links of them. I'm not gonna get into those. So yeah, I'm afraid of people taking Kylie away from me. And I'm not used to being free in a marriage. Like I said, I'm used to people coming into the home and telling us what to do. We doing grown people things, and it's people coming in, bossing us around. So I'm not used to. Yeah, I feel like I live in Saudi Arabia with the people policing me inside my marriages, but I'm not used to an uninterrupted honeymoon. And my guard is down right now because I just looked at the clock. I'm 32 minutes in. Normally, I'm rushing my footage because I'm afraid of running over. I think I'm gonna title this one Kylie and Lisa, something like that, something along those lines. And I hated that I got involved in no last name Taylor, her domestic stuff, but I noticed her and her husband used to call me out on social media. I'm still a huge fan of her, of Taylor, and I just noticed some things about the guy that was domestic. He fits Daniel's height, size, and frame. And I told myself never again after Daniel hit me would I get involved in anyone's marriage when it's looking like they are being abused or they are flagging me. And security just let me know it's who you are. Some people, it's Daniel and Tina took advantage of my spirit, my need to want to help people, and they played me. I hate using that term, but I don't know no other way to put it. They played me into their domestic stuff. Who's lying? Who's really being hurt? But they both are just abusive to each other. So they, and Daniel hit me, and I'm getting to the details of that assault because I'm starting to recall some things that happened that day. But they both played me and knew I would get involved. So to this day, I'm cautious, and I told myself I would never get involved again if somebody flagged me with some domestic stuff because of what happened with Daniel. But it's who I am, right? It's like trying to fight who you are. When I see somebody in that kind of distress of the domestic, I seen one yesterday, some domestic stuff. like Daniel and Tina. Some people, like I said, really are, and that's now I know what I was trying to tell you, public. And some people really are and need help in the domestic stuff. But some people are just messing with your head. Just know you're a good person and just got nothing better to do with their time. That was Daniel and Tina. Just fucking around. You ain't got nothing better to do. You like drama. You like causing chaos. But then some people, I can't let them ruin it for people who really want out of domestic violence and don't know how to get out. That was at one point how I was. I didn't know how to get out. Now when it's happening to me, I know how to get out. When it happens to me with random strangers, I'm not in a domestic violence marriage, but it's still people, the way I post and the self-defense I do and post, people still have a tendency to mess with me, even though I post the way I post. So when domestic violence runs rampant in my life, I know what it looks like. So I know how to get away from it. And it's not easy, but I can, give you some pro tips. See me personally. But my whole point is, so now when I see domestic violence, like my whole point was the incident that happened yesterday. I could tell these two people was trying to play me. It may be some domestic violence really going on, but it's like, y'all know y'all two like drama, and you want to see somebody leaving handcuffs. You want to see some innocent person that's only trying to help you. You fucking with people's lives. You playing around. So I stayed out of that one, even though they were both in distress. And she probably, like Tina used to do with Daniel. Tina used to like exciting Daniel because Daniel, some people just like to fight. I don't. Usually some ugly people. I'm gonna let y'all in a little secret. I don't like to fight, and this is what Kylie's leading me away from, because Kylie is like, you too good looking to be fighting. You ain't got nothing to prove. People who get in fights get their face all dinged up, banged up, bruised up. Let ugly people go around being all macho. Ain't got nothing to do with the woman-man thing. That's what she's showing me. Daniel is not a looker. And that was a big issue, I felt like. And then when he hit me, he went right for my face. And so let people who look like him go around beating up on folks and getting his face caved in. Let him go around doing that. But mainly you find people who are not lookers, people who care what they look like generally don't want to go around getting into brawls and shit. So this guy, the altercation I seen yesterday, they were not lookers. The people who was trying to egg on a fight and looked like they was trying to egg anybody who they know my rap shit. They know I get involved in assaults and get involved in domestic stuff. So it looked like it was a trap. It looked like it was bait. I didn't know it when it was happening yesterday, but now looking back on it, it looked like they was trying to trap me into a fight. And what happens when you get into a fight? You lose your things. They were scoping out my bags, computer. You gotta think that way. All that stuff, you trying to finagle. But I wasn't thinking about all that stuff when I was thinking I might have to protect others and protect myself, because this fight looked like it's about to happen. I ain't gonna get into all the ways the others assisted each other, and we all assisted each other in that moment. But yeah, it looked like it was a stage fight. It looked like they wanted to just hurt people. So it looked like they just wanted to see some people get hurt. Now I'm getting more awake, more alert, and now I'm talking faster and worried about time, but I'm not going to beat myself up for being worried about time, because I want you all to hear everything that I want to tell you in this message. Is this: when it comes to domestic violence, I trusted my gut on that one, but I'm not going to let Tina and Daniel ruin it for me and helping people. Maybe that's what they want, to interfere with my gifts that God has given me, and maybe that's what they want, to interfere. And maybe they want me not to help people, because I didn't stop helping people after Daniel, but I thought about it, I'm like, damn, this is what I get when somebody is going through something in a marriage and they flag me, but it just made me more cautious. Daniel and Tina weren't a blessing, they were a lesson. Pastor Washington says that, I read his book, The Truth About Men. He said, two kinds of people in this world: either they're a blessing or a lesson. My last ex was both. And but Daniel and Tina, it's not a question in my mind. They were a lesson. So when it comes to domestic stuff, I have to be cautious, and I don't always get involved. But this couple yesterday seemed like they just wanted to see people get beat up and hurt people. And and a bunch of losers that just want to prove themselves and get on the map. Because the guy wasn't a looker. He don't care if he get his face beat up on. Because I saw the way how he looked. I saw the way how his partner looked. I'm not even sure if their sexes. I would classify them as unknown sexes, and he sounded like he just wanted some attention. Luckily, it diffused without. He got a week off. Luckily, it diffused him. I don't know. I'm hoping they banned his wife too, because she looked like she was egging it on, and she got in my footage, and just like Tina, she got right underneath me. Like, your husband supposed to be your protector, and you right underneath me. You run into my table. You appear to be a woman, but you a man. You run into my table like a female. It really, it didn't upset me, but it irked me, because I'm like, now I'm gonna have this guy in my face. Like, why are you hitting on my woman, like checking me instead of his girl? I'm like sitting there at the table minding my own business, and they ran to my table like they weren't with him. Well, you'll see it in the footage, and like I said, I try my best. Rarely will you hear me talk about people who offend me, but they offended all of us. And I don't have to decide. I just have to. I'm learning to not make decisions, but to receive him. Like, what I was gonna say was I was gonna decide whether I was gonna go to Saint Bernard today and the library and all or if I was just gonna go to the library at home, because I hopped up on meds and I'm still jet lagged from being homeless, and now I gotta pack all my shit up and move again, and I don't know where I'm going other than California in a couple months, some other housing in the city possibly, a couple, sometime soon. So I'm receiving him and finding out what's the gameplay. Receiving him and finding out, then how I'm gonna get my groceries home, because nobody wants to see me walk up and down 3 flights of stairs. Like, am I gonna go to the hospital, store, get the groceries? Then what? Am I gonna bring them back up here? Then go back out to the library? Then I don't want to be in the library with milk and meat shit just sitting up in there for 2-3 hours. So I'm receiving him on all areas of my life. I'm receiving him on my marriage. I'm receiving him on my travel. I'm receiving him on my move. And my life wasn't comfortable when I was with mother, but I like to think it was more comfortable than this, but it wasn't. It was restricted, I had comfort things, like I had jewelry, I had cars. Not simultaneously, I had a place to go. But a lot of people don't know this. When mother was in my life, I didn't always have a place to go. She used to throw me out. It was a front. Most abusers put on a front. It was some holidays I didn't know where I was going. Some holidays, I had partners. I don't want to say who, I had partners that left me out to dry. It was sometimes I was living out my car. I was living in my car, living outside in my car. My whole house being a trunk. And it was times where I show my partners, and they even, not providers, would use my trunk to store their stuff. And I would just use my trunk like a storage unit. I'm just recalling what life was like when I was with my former family. I don't want to say their name because I'm going to get choked up. I lost a lot of stuff like that because, you gotta, a lot of people don't know that you gotta store certain things at room temperature. So I had lost a lot of my things over the years. Like, I would put my artwork and my clothes, sometimes even food, in my trunk, and I would live out in my trunk. Park different places, and losing my cars just sped things up. I always had issues because of domestic violence with being homeless. Losing my cars just sped things up for me. I was able to park. Lots of people do that when they have cars and they're homeless. You can park different. You feel good. You feel sedity. Like, I'm not really homeless because I'm sleeping in my car. You get to park different places. And I don't know if any of you have ever been inside a Honda Accord, but the trunks are spacious for small sports car. It was a beat up piece of junk, man. A couple times, I won't rule it out, I don't remember it. Maybe I climbed inside the trunk just to kind of hide. Because when the trunk is up, most people give you privacy because of the way not because they're kind, the way it flaps up. You know, I've seen lots of people hide what they're doing behind. I would hide being homeless so I wouldn't get a trespassing charge. You don't get a trespassing charge for being homeless in a car because they just tell you go away. You just drive off. Granted, your car ain't broke down. You come back and you can sit in your car. I've seen people do it. And now looking back in Mississippi, you could sit in the car all day at the park and nobody will say shit to you. I couldn't do that when I was. God did that for a reason, though. My partners, my enemies, meant it for harm. God meant it for good. You can sit in the car all day at a park, beach park all day, and nobody know you're homeless. They assume you're just enjoying the park. But if you sit at the park all day like I was doing on a bench, you get people reporting you. See you having a hard time and just make your life more health. So and I noticed, I didn't notice it when I was homeless, but I noticed there was a lot of people who would come and camp at that park all day, every day, and they would sit in their cars, and I did that when I was homeless and I had cars. When I had cars and I was homeless, I used to do that. So they walking around like they're better than me, and they the ones reporting me. I could feel their spirit and their vibes. I know who reported me now. I didn't know who reported me then. Some of these people were the same people who talk, smile in my face. But thank you, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here. I ain't mad. Like Lil Fizz said, I ain't mad at y'all, because you the reason I'm here. Little girl had a crush on me. I say little girl, but I don't know. She was around high school age, maybe fresh out of high school. And she used to come up there, flirt with me, and wear these little outfits when I was at the park. Come out there half naked in a bikini. And I'm pretty sure she was the one that reported me. She's just a sad little girl, no life. I ain't mad at you. If it weren't for you reporting me, I wouldn't be here. Thank you. Bree, I think her name. She told me her name was. Like the whole time, you know, you was uncomfortable with me being at the park, homeless and stuff, and you just smiling in my face, and but it was safer to talk to you. She was quite dangerous, so I just wanted to be left alone at the park. I'm pretty sure that's the vibe I put off. Anyway, but yeah, so you can sit in your car, and when the park closes, what the cop gonna do? Show up to you and move along. But if you're on foot, you're done. You're done. It's only so long you can do that. You don't have no cover. You ain't got no cover up. You ain't got nothing to cover you up. No cover your ass up. And the cops, they know your ass homeless. But with a trunk, well, that's all I'm saying. A trunk, you can do some things. You can kind of fold that shit up like a tent. It's like, is he back there working on the light bulb? Or is he changing his tail light? Is he or she having a picnic? Where is your oyster? You get that trunk up. You got a trunk that stays up and it don't keep falling down. I done had both with a trunk keep falling down. So you back there fucking around, and the cops, they don't bother you because you appear to be normal to the societal norms. Being homeless is not normal in America, even though it's more common than it was 10, 20 years ago. Even though it's more common, it's still not a societal norm. So people fear what they don't understand. So when you homeless, I've had a couple people when I preach to them say, keep going, this is good, you touching my spirit, keep going. I feel like right now I'm touching my own spirit as well as yours. And it's hot. I feel like the preacher's sermon is hot, but when you people feel what they don't understand, and you homeless, it's not a societal norm. It's not a normal society thing to be normal. You make people uncomfortable. It makes people uncomfortable. My ex said it best, even though he was condescending. When people are somewhere like a ballpark and you have homeless people trying to coexist at that same, you got rich people at a ball game, and you got homeless people, dirty, unshowered, unvaccinated. Some of them don't bother people, some do. But unfortunately, the ones who get on public transportation, the ones who have assaulted people in different, I'm not going to get into all different forms of assault because I'm worried about time right now. I feel like a prof worried about time. And you get homeless people, the ones who have mental issues that are rude, not the mental issues that can't help themselves. They done got on public transport and assaulted some people, and they ruined it coexisting with people who have cash. So that's why some people don't want to coexist with homeless people because something bad happened to them. Some people don't want to coexist with homeless people because they like making trouble. They see you having a hard time, and guess what, buddy? I heard this in a movie once. Your day you look like you're having a bad day, but your day just got, guess what? It just got worse. some people, that's what I felt like with Bree at the park. Like she could tell I was having a bad day. I'm homeless. I ain't got nowhere to go. And she reported me. I feel like she was one of the people who reported me and smiled in my face. Like, guess what? You was having a bad day. It got worse. Some people report homeless people because they just fucktards. And some people report homeless people because they don't want new bad stuff happening to them. I'm sitting at the park. I'm not bothering you. I'm sitting on the park bench minding my own business. You just like reporting people. You like doing the caring to people. And some of them people I still have not forgiven. I got some soul searching to do. I gotta forgive her. I don't like living my life with unforgiveness. Like that song, Forgiveness. It's a Christian song. And God, I'm praying that God will help me to forgive those people. You know, it doesn't hurt them; it hurts you. But when you forgive them, it sets two people free. My uncle said it best, and it's the same thing this pastor woman said. Well, she's a pastor girl. She might be a woman now. I don't know. Forgiveness and trust is two different things. Don't I trust them, but forgive them. I want to forgive Bree because she was the friendliest with me and stabbed me the most. Stabbed me all over, not just in the back. Katie said it the best. Catherine Billings. That's another video at some point in time. Hey, Katie, what's up? Not only did your enemy stab you in the back, they stabbed you all over, so in the heart, everything. So, yeah, Bree, I thought that was somebody who I could trust. She made my life worse, but it eventually panned out to better. So, yeah, homeless people, we covered that. I gave you a brief synopsis of that because I know it's a tough issue to really tackle. Oh, I love the way I just said that. Oh, I'm sorry, Kylie, I'm doing it again, rambling. But homeless is a tough issue to tackle. And, but yeah, when you some people like that who have them psychotic episodes, they know they get leniency and they make it hard for people who like me really are mentally unwell, the ones who really need help. And but if you see it, try to get involved, even if you're a woman. Only reason I did something yesterday, I moved my camera to where you can see these two guys. Like, I don't care what you do, but and there was women in there too. Don't do this shit on top of children. You up in here trying to prove you're macho, and you in here on top of kids. You in here on top of children. That's what really pissed me off about it. Like, I've seen it in a media study where the guy isn't a tough guy. He's mild and meek, and he's sitting there trying to enjoy himself and have a quiet. He's enjoying time, and then you got these two tough guys. You want to be a tough guy. Come in, start shit. And that's what happened. I'm sitting there enjoying my library hordes, and then you got these two guys. You want to be a tough guy, and you're doing this shit on top of kids. So that really, you see somebody who's quiet just get pissed off. It's quite scary, and I thank God it didn't come to a physical altercation. I'm not gonna see you. I'm not gonna say who trained me in that skill set because some things don't need to come out publicly. But I've been trained on scenarios on what to do, and everybody gave me this look like, how the fuck did you know what to do when that was going on? And I couldn't afford to leak that information as much as I love these people. Like, I can't just let that fall into the hands of my enemies because I'm gonna have to use that again because there's a bunch of dummies walking around trying to beat up on women and children and just start shit in public places. So I can't reveal my trade secrets because then I'm unwell, I'm unsafe. Kylie's unsafe. I gotta keep me and my loved ones safe, and that is secrets. Secrets. The homeless thing is on my mind because after a while, I'm gonna have to be out. And, because of domestic violence, I don't own any properties yet. I got some funds. I knew it was coming when I was with Tony, Black Tony. He enjoyed seeing me like that, and he never truly believed in me. I always believed that I wouldn't always be under his thumb. I didn't know when, but I knew God wouldn't always have it that way to where I would always be under his thumb, and finally I'm not under his thumb. That fried my eyeball. I'm not gonna put my glasses on. I thought about making an attempt with glasses. So you got a good template on what to do if you're homeless. Again, my enemies, I'm not gonna reveal too many secrets, because I don't want my enemies to get there, you know. And, well, yeah, it looks like it's been decided where I'm going this morning, because it looks like the rash needs attention. They might have something else they could do to it, or something else they could give me. With my skin condition, I really should be wearing gloves. I'm trying to find out how that's gonna work out with a tech guy. Like, I'm a tech guy. I use my phone for everything. I use not just my phone, but other technology device for everything. And it's hard to touch your phone when you're wearing gloves. And a lot of things in America are touchscreen. I never thought about this moment, but I'm thinking about my doctors want me to wear gloves. And how's that gonna go? So I need to find out because my hands are not protected. I need to protect my hands from new trauma. Even if it's just to get another tube of hydrocortisone, they might not be allowed to prescribe me triple antibiotic because you can buy it over the counter. Time is it right now? It's 4:49. I don't know if God's gonna lead me to go back to sleep or just stay awake until but all that has yet to be seen. Me going to the hospital, everything has yet to be seen. I hate taking 63rd bus. And, same as what that girl told me, but like I said, out of all the other routes, it's the even though it's the most dangerous, at the same time, it's the most safe. But yeah, I really don't want to have to come all the way back up the stairs, because that's what my neighbors jammed me out. I've been trying to avoid. The one on the second floor, she is some sort. She ain't bad looking, but they both with someone. That's the one I'm trying to avoid. That's the one. If I go in and out of my apartment, it's a shame I have to talk this way about living space in America, but that's the one where if I go in and out of my apartment more than once a day, she jammed me up in the hallway. That's the one that blocked the stairs. It's in one of my videos, just in case her husband got in my face. I know I met her husband. He tried to pretend like he was single, so he'd get with the two of us. But I know she blocked the hallway stairs one day with her kid about 9 years old. And yeah, watch people kid because they don't know what's going on. They get protective of their parents. I don't know what she told him, but the fact that he was going along with it and blocking the stairs with her, all of them was trouble in that apartment. But anyway, so I'm trying my best not to lay with her, but she blocked the hallway on me a couple of times, and I knocked on the wrong door one time, and she really good at setting traps, laying traps, like when she do catch me in the hallway and I'm coming back from somewhere, like she have a good excuse, a good reason, like she'll have her garbage in her hand, like that's like it makes me feel crazy, like that's why. Oh, got the scab a little bit. That's why I'm in the hallway. It's not about you. I'm not. And she'll kind of dangle the trash in a way, like, haha. Like, she kind of smile at me, like, that's the reason I'm in the hall. Like, it's not, I'm not in the hall chasing you. I got my blanket is hot. So she crafty, you know. But yeah, so I don't know if God gonna lead me to bring my groceries home to keep them from expiring. Cause I ain't got no car. And it wouldn't matter anyhow, even with a car, they still would like to have to come home. They still would like cut milk. Unless you got a ice chest in your car. So, oh, God, I got that chocolate. Damn it, DJ, you motherfucker. I ain't gonna say what else I was thinking about that, but that's the one I just got. Some of the it feels good to put scab on, but that's basically what happened. Some of the skin and my scab just came off. And the other person been on my mind is my grandmother. My life was somewhat stable when she was busy with her own life. When she was living, supposed to be, even though she was a widow at that point, but she took care of me and I did not have to worry about housing. When my grandmother was, she intervened with the abuse with my mother, and so I had a place to stay at Granny's, even though my mom forbade me to a point. I was allowed to go to Granny's at certain time of the hours and shit like that, but life was a cakewalk when Grandma was still living, and I lost her and quite young. And when my uncle, more than one uncle, took rule of that house, my grandmother's house, when she passed away, the dynamic changed. And it was 3 uncles. Chalks was still living. I still was welcome in that house like it was my house, and that's the way they talked to me. Chalks and Roland talked to me that way. As long as we still here, you welcome in this house. But when Roland got put out by Ted Terrence, I really believe that motherfucker's LD and retarded. But he know right from wrong, so no excuses on his behavior. He put his own family out. I do not like Ted, but he treated me well as far as sparing my life. He's dangerous. He's a low budget but good. He's a kingpin in Moss Point. Cops know what he is. Moss Point Police Department is that crooked. That's why I didn't report any of this shit. They are that crooked. Don't report him. I know that my enemies just grabbed that information. Terrence Myers, Ted, do not report that motherfucker. You gonna come up dead. Anyway, low budget kingpin. He kicked out all my uncles. So that's when I started to have more housing issues. I've always had housing issues because of my childhood. I grew up being abused, but the issues worsened when these people, people started dying off in my life, and my uncle got bullied they were bullying each other, I reckon, proving their manhood and shit. But when Roland got throwed out is when I stopped feeling welcome in that house, and I stopped coming around. And at least Roland was man enough to let me know the family dynamic, culture's changed. You need to be careful when you come over to this house. He used to talk to me that way. You need to be careful when you come over here. Your uncle is completely taking over. He got whores and shit and drug riffraff hanging out here. And he warned me, just be careful coming over here. Might have been his plan all along, but that's when the homeless thing really hit me. And it really hurt me when Tyson enjoyed that. Tyson went through. Somehow he got their numbers. Maybe they volunteered it. I don't know. And he asked my Uncle Ted, could I stay at the house? And my uncle said no. And I believed him. You know, Tyson's a liar, but I was like, why would he make that up? And then me knowing Ted, knowing his behavior, he said, yeah, I even asked your Uncle Ted. Your Uncle Ted got that 3-bedroom house. And he said no. He said, you can't stay in your grandmother's house. So, you know, that worked out because I didn't want to be in some kind of husband-wife type of situation with my uncle. I mean, I didn't catch it till now, but the way he used to look at me, it was never appropriate. Even as I went up before I hit 18, the way he used to look at me. So that works out. He told me no. I owe you a thank you. So he wanted me homeless, and I couldn't stay in my grandmother's house once he fully gained, like, Alexander the Great or some shit. Tyrone the Terrible. I think I just made that one up, but yeah, it's like a general. and he got rid of. He's a general, my uncle Ted. I don't mean like he really is military. He really served. I forget what branch, but he went to the military. I don't know what his position was, but the way how he played us all like a card deck and a chessboard, he very militarily like. And he really did serve in the service when I was too young to know. I was real young when he was in, because he's older than me. I forget how much anyway, but he played us all like a chessboard because his intention was my grandmother's house that whole time, and he got that house. He got it. Um, so this is a morning sermon, and but yeah, that hurt me so bad when Tyson went through calling on my family and tell them, see, this is my therapy session. This is my doctors when we talk about, see, they don't want you either. I don't want you in my apartment, and they don't want you either. He went through and called. He done did this to someone before. He was too good at it. He done had to have hurt somebody before like that. You know, this man who I treated like a brother and a husband, did all these things for. I don't want to call everybody on your list to see if they can move you in. They all said no. Even I don't know if he lied or not. Even Emma, even Ashley. Yep, TJ and Ashley even said no. He went through her, and he said, I'm gonna prove it. You don't believe me? I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna go ahead. I remember I don't know if Ashley's really on the phone or not, but he called, and Ashley, he used to just say little different things, take digs at me, just to mind game. Like, why would I not be happy Ashley's married? Yeah, see, she too busy with her new husband. She said she'd move you in if she just wasn't recently married. And I remember he went down the whole list saying he went down calling people. And that's not the reason I'm estranged from my family. I'm estranged from my family because they're shitwads, different reasons. I mean, homeless is a part of it, but it's my narrative, not his. You know, I don't doubt him. I do believe him that they all said no. But they were pieces of shit before I was homeless anyway. So, Ashley never really was there for me as family growing up. So, I mean, that what would be different now? Why would she start now? So, that wasn't a shock factor when he went to calling people. I guess it did something for him. He got off, but I did not, which was most of the duration of our marriage. Oh God! So yeah, he went through calling folks, and he went through. Oh, I got the scam. Most of it. He went through calling people. See, they don't want you either. And, that's how I wound up on the streets, and this trifling motherfucker started slashing up my wheels. So, like, it's so bad enough you want me out, but then you want me walking my way out. I feel like I never thought he had it in him, but it had to been. He had to have done that to somebody else, and maybe they're not around to tell their story. Maybe they didn't live. Ain't no way he just woke up one day and decided to do all these things. He done this to somebody before. He done made me feel like I was, he was somebody I could trust. He waited for the right day, the right moment, and then just stabbed him all over. He done this to somebody before. And Will said it was because his mother died. Whatever good was in him died with his mother. If it was that much of a relationship that he couldn't cope with his mother, then I'm lucky that I got out alive. And I'm lucky, it probably was, that I'm lucky to be here today. If he couldn't deal with the death of his mother, and that's what it sounds like he couldn't do. But it sounds like it's also who he really is. Sounds like who he really is. I'm going to get my little drink. making sure ain't no roach in it. That's what I went to go and get. So the rash is healing. And I already got security in my face trying to fuck. And at least she can spoil me. At least these two black security guards can spoil me. It's 3 of them actually. But just like with DJ, they could see I had my mask off when I was at the location I was at. I had my mask, and it's actually not just the library, it's other locations where there's black security. And had my mask off, you can see where I'm healing, and that's how the rashes have been seeming to operate. Like I get well, and then the black people see I'm getting well, and then I get reinfected again. Like I said, I told you with how DJ looked at me. So the security, I was unmasked. You can see I saw the same way how DJ looked at me. Now I don't have to describe the look. That's how she was looking at me. Like she could see I've recovered from that wound. And but like I said, at least the black security, they could. I need a drink. Like DJ could, in those short moments, at least they could spoil me. If you're gonna put me through some abuse, at least you're gonna pay me for it. I can go get my skin recovered. I don't know why. Oh yeah, so the homeless that put me out. They put me out on the streets with homeless. Domestic violence is why, to this day, I won't get involved with a man unless they got a car and their provider because of what I let so many of all my partners do to me in my old life. I didn't care if they had a job. I didn't care if they, it was my upbringing with my mother. Just, she just used to preach, just be happy you got a man. So I put up with a lot of shit because of my mother. So, but now I won't even date a guy if he ain't working, whether it's legal or not. I don't care. As long as you got a job that brings in some cash and you ain't using no woman, like living off no woman. All this factored into me being homeless. This is all accounted to me being homeless. I don't go in and interview a lot of women, and I study people's behavior, and I don't know if other women have these issues with men where it's an ongoing threat, like a guy trying to lay with them and marry them, and force trying to, in a barbaric caveman kind of way. I don't know if other women have these issues. Because I've had women lie to me just to connect to me. I can remember, I ain't gonna name these women and girls off. Like, do you have these issues? And they lying just so we can have a conversation, just so we have something to talk about. So I don't really know if other women have the issues that I have. Other than what I've observed, maybe. I haven't observed a whole lot, but I've observed enough. I won't reveal their names because it'll put them in danger, but I've noticed couple of women have the same issues I have that are equally gorgeous to me, and I've noticed some men that are equally gorgeous to me that they have similar issues. So some people I don't have to ask; I can just observe the nature of their life, and they have some similar. The meds are making me sick. My stomach is a little nauseous. I hope it's not pregnancy. This is where I was scratching. I know you noticed it's jumping around. You noticed I was scratching here, and I'm scratching in a lot of other places. So I can't wait to get that overhead light off my forehead and go back. Maybe God will let me go back to sleep before. I don't want to speak ill, even though I knew it was going to have a bad result, like me being on the streets again when I was in my last living situation. I never said it out loud, so I'm not going to do it now. But I'm trying to get all the sleep I can. When the end result to this move comes out, I want God to leave me alone so I can get as much sleep as I can right now. But He been touching me and I've been moving, even though the move out's coming. Like right now, I want to be asleep. I told y'all it was 3:40, 50 something. In the AM now, it's 5 something. I'm ready to go back to bed. This is when cows and crows and shit is awake. I'm ready to go back to sleep. and I'm falling asleep on the podcast. But it was important enough where he woke me up out of bed, and he woke me up out of bed of sound mind and most of my health. So I want to show my gratitude and use what talent. You might can hear it clicking. The scab trying to come off. Alright, so I want to make sure I'm healthy when I meet Kylie. I want to make sure that she don't catch this rash. And kids say the most offensive things. I'm like terrified of meeting her kids, her two kids, and I know they spoiled, the rotten, they spoiled. Oh God, I got a prompt on my phone. So what I was saying before that pop-up popped up on my phone telling me running out of storage space was I'm absolutely paranoid about meeting her kids because I done seen them on camera. They already blurting out what Bill Cosby said that the best kids say the darndest thing. I'm worried about them saying something offensive to me. And at one time Tyson spoke this way to me and it really hurt my feelings. He's like, why do you care? It's a child. Because a child said it. And, it doesn't matter whether it's a child or not. If it hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. Somebody told me that in rebuttal to what he said. But when you with somebody and you going through some domestic stuff, sometimes you can't see the wrong they're doing. I couldn't see any wrong in that. I thought he was really trying to help me and I really was overreacting, but no. Kids can say some hurtful things. This is why me and him, I thank God we didn't parent, father and mother, any kids together because kids can say hurtful things to hurt your feelings. Think about when I hate you, I wish you were dead, like, you know, and that's like the brat mouthing off to you. That's my whole point. Like kids can say things to hurt your feelings. Because it's a child, it doesn't hurt. That's what he told me. And what the child said, I won't get into this video because I'm not strong enough to get into all that. But the kids was rude in Mobile. They said things that I wasn't used to hearing. The kids was really rude. They were really some domestic stuff in Mobile, and the parents let them ship right off the old block. So, but yeah, that was his, as a child. But yeah, kids, I hate you, I wish you were dead. It gets worse. Kids can say some stuff to hurt your feelings. And I remember him saying, it's just a child. Why do you care? It's just a child. Nobody cares what a child thinks. You don't care what a child thinks. I didn't say that to him, but that wasn't even my wavelength of thinking back then. I just felt so, and I think maybe the child just picked up on that. I was going through something at that time, and I was already feeling low, and he said something offensive to me when I was already feeling beat down. He might have just picked up. I don't know if it was a boy or girl. Might have just picked up on the fact that I was already feeling mentally unwell and just wanted to add to my baggage because I was already feeling. He could tell I was having a bad night. He probably picked up on it, probably saw it, the abuse happening, and decided to get a shot in like everybody else. So, let's see how far this video let me go before I run out of hard drive space. Before I run out of space, how far this video let me go? How far will YouTube's hard drive go? And I've seen people put up 3-hour videos. So security, yeah, they can spoil me. She gave me a Laffy Taffy. There used to be a song called that Laffy Taffy. She gave me a Laffy Taffy. Most people can't pronounce it that way, but that's how you pronounce that, Laffy Taffy. So somebody who can spoil you versus somebody who's poor and just using you. So God surprised me. I was like rested last night, sleeping like, yes, finally, yes, I don't have all these videos to upload. Yes, I don't see 15 to 30 videos in my storage. That's what your ass is doing. You guys surprised me. This video is an hour 19 minutes right now. You was saving up space for this. Like I thought I was done. And you was gonna give me a couple days rest my vocal cords. But I'm like, no, this memory done hit me for a reason. I'm thinking about Books a Million, and man, that is such a false narrative. The names, I love books. Who don't love millions of dollars? Books a Million ruined my life. That story is a money trap that's hitting my mind for a reason, probably because of the freedom. Like this library that I found, like it's a lick. I hit a lick with the library, not the southern one. The northern libraries are a lick. I do not want to leave the northern libraries, even though they got their issues and some things happening there that shouldn't be happening. I'm enjoying Illinois' library system. It's nothing like the South. But me and Kylie gonna have a problem with me if I don't get my ass to California. They probably got better libraries there. So I felt a certain way about the libraries that I felt in the South. I don't feel here. I still feel like certain ones should be closed down that aren't performing well, numbers wise. But now I'm fighting for libraries, because if we don't have libraries, how are we going to get information and how are we going to educate ourselves? That's going to lead to more misinformation. So we got to at least keep a couple of them, 2, 3, maybe more open per town. But not the ones that's just draining tax dollars and they're not performing well and they're just wasting tax dollars. It's a free service. And that's what I feel like you should, close down the ones that aren't performing well and put that money to the roads or something and shit, sweep the fucking streets up, In any state, sweep the damn streets up, minus Mississippi. Just let Mississippi go under. And Alabama. And Louisiana. So, sorry, I fall asleep. There's something else on my heart. California. And I think what scares me more than the travel is I'm trying to take my time and not speed through this. I'm so afraid of running out of time to tell Kylie what I want to tell her. So I'm more afraid of getting what I want than having a bad road trip. I'm more afraid of I've never got what I really wanted. I've gotten things like teasers, what I wanted in this life, like maybe that's not it. What do I want to say? I've never gotten who I wanted. I've gotten what I wanted, material things, but I've never gotten who I wanted. That's it. I've never gotten who I wanted. And not just her. Like like people like my school, Liberty University. I'm surrounded by people who actually care about me and love me, and I finally got friends who I want. And now I got a partner who I want, and I'm not used to that. I'm not used to getting who I want. Tyson was not who I wanted. And so I'm more afraid of meeting her and getting what I want. I know how to receive what I don't want, but I don't know how to receive what I want. I don't know how to receive her because I'm so screwed up. I know that sounds like the craziest shit you've ever heard, but that's